Alright, y'all, hope the stream's working. I've got somebody tuning up on top of us. That's always nice. But yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Check-ins for the raw ones. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the raw ham. Taking early check-ins for the raw ones. Anybody, anywhere, please come with your call. Check-ins for the raw ones. Anybody, anywhere. We'd love to get you in a log. Please come with your call. This is KJ5GVQ, the raw ham, looking for early check-ins for the raw ones net. Anybody, anywhere would like to get on the list, we'd love to have you. Please come down with your call. Taking early check-ins for the raw ones. Anybody, anywhere, we'd love to get you in a log this evening. Please come with your call. Friendly little rag chew net, if we can get a few folks to join in. We'd love to get you in a log, see what you've been up to. Please come with your call. KJ5GVQ. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the raw ham. Looking for early check-ins for the raw ones. Anybody, anywhere, we'd love to get you in a log. Please come with your call. Check-ins for the raw ones. Anybody, anywhere. We'd love to get you in a log. Please come with your call. This is KJ5GVQ, the raw ham. Got a friendly little rag chew net. If we can get a few folks to join and see what you've been up to, and just shoot the breeze. Please come down with your call. Looking for check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, we'd love to get you in a log. We're streaming live on YouTube, and we give you a signal report or whatever. Please come with your call. KJ5GVQ. This is Kilo Juliet 5 Golf Victor Quebec, looking for check-ins for the raw ones. Anybody, anywhere. Love to get you in a log.
This is Whiskey 5 Oscar Delta Papa San Angelo.
Alright, Whiskey 5 Delta Papa something, I think you said, and I may have messed that all up. Give it to me again.
It's Whiskey 5 Oscar Delta Papa. Oscar Delta Papa. Name's Dave, Delta Alpha Victor Echo. I'm in San Angelo.
Alright, Whiskey 5 Oscar Delta Papa. I knew I messed that up. Got you there, Dave. How you doing this evening? This name's Richie on this end, KJ5GVQ.
Hi, Richie. Yeah, we're doing good out here in West Texas. Current temperature is 93. Didn't get as hot as they said it was going, so we're thankful for that. Other than that, sitting around in the shack playing with antennas. You know what we do.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what we do. Man, there when you first come in, you had a booming little signal around 5.9. You kind of dropped down, but I'm gonna let you in on a 5.9 either way.
Roger. Yeah, I'm running about 350 watts through a magnet.
Yeah, I got you there. Boy, the bands have just been horrible here lately. I hadn't really got to play much radio, but when I did get to, I was surprised. Looked at the ham clock, and it looked like it was going to be pretty decent, and then all of a sudden the noise happened. Over.
Roger. Yeah, some kind of solar shenanigans going on. They're showing all the everything is usually green, and now says fair. It says the geomagnetic field is active. So the sun's mad or something.
Yeah, Roger, that's just my luck. Tell you, I was about to give up on calling. Been doing this net. Missed last week, but been doing this little net since about middle of January, and usually have a pretty good turnout. Like I say, streaming live on YouTube, so if you want to check it out, you can hear what I'm hearing through my radio there. Back to you.
Roger. What's the YouTube channel there, Richie?
Hi, it's my call sign, KJ5GVQ, the raw ham.
I got Kilo Juliet 5 Golf Bravo. What was the last one?
Negative, it's Golf Victor Quebec.
Roger, KJ5GVQ. Yeah, I got you. I'm going to see if I can point this antenna at you a little closer.
Oh, man, you coming in strong there now. Yeah, I'm up here just east of central Oklahoma.
All right, well, on this mag, I've got the advantage of being able to swing it around a little bit. Is that any better?
If it got any better, I couldn't take it.
Well, all right. I've got you 5.9 plus 10 down here.
Yeah, copy that. Same with you now that you've pointed over this way. I'm running a little FT710 barefoot with a 50-foot or a homebrew dipole, fan dipole, with the apex at about 50 feet. Over.
Roger. Working good. Yeah, I'm trying to blow the new stink out of my IC7760. I'm using that to excite my Tokyo High Power HL550 solid state amplifier. That's going out to my Ciro Mazzoni Baby Lou.
Well, it's definitely working for you, that's for sure. Yeah, you can't say nothing bad about that rig.
I was just talking with an old boy in the south of Dallas, and we were ragged to him for about 30 minutes, and he was commenting on the audio. I'm just using an HM219 stock mic, so he said the audio sounded pretty good, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, the audio definitely sounds good. I'm using just a regular old stock hand mic that come with this 710. I have played around with the parametrics, and everybody seems to say this thing's pretty loud.
I think it sounds good.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Tell you, if you don't mind, you mind putting a call in? You might pull some more folks in, see if anybody wants to check in.
And what do you call this net, Ricky?
The raw ones.
The long one?
The raw ones, Romeo Alpha Whiskey, raw.
Check-ins, W5ODP, looking for check-ins for the raw ones net. Raw ones net, looking for check-ins, anybody, anywhere. Come down to the call sign, please. Check-ins, W5ODP with the raw ones net, looking for check-ins, anybody, anywhere. Come down to the call sign, please.
Hey, I didn't hear nothing on my end, Dave. I guess it's just going to be me and you.
All right, I can let me see what, I can get medieval. If you give me a couple minutes, I'm going to switch and kind of put a little more fire in the wire. What do you think?
Yeah, go right ahead. I tell you, that noise has picked back up. Either that or you went on ahead and swung away. I couldn't hardly read you.
Roger. Give me just a second. Let me find what you see.
Yeah, go right ahead. Hopefully we can drum up some more folks.
Well, hoping we're going to get a few more folks to join us. We'll see how it goes. It's been kind of slow. Band hadn't been that great. I noticed the space stations just come by us pretty close, and gonna do it again here in a little over an hour and 20 minutes.
Check-ins. This is W5ODP San Angelo. I'm looking for check-ins for the raw ones net. The raw ones net. I'm on there with KJ5GVQ. Looking for check-ins for the raw ones net. Come now, please. Check-ins. Any station, anywhere. Check-in for the raw ones net. Raw ones. Come now when you call, please. Check-in. Am I getting through that noise a little better, Ricky?
Yeah, I could hear you good there. I don't know. With the band conditions, I got us posted up on NetLogger, so but I ain't seeing anything in the AIM or monitors, so I don't know. It's been kind of dying off. I'm about ready to start giving it up, but man, I really don't like to, because I love to get out here and just chew the fat and see what folks have been up to.
Yeah, I was on the other night with some old boys from Oklahoma. They call it the Oklahoma Net. They were running it on 7.234 on Tuesday. I got on there and said hello.
Yeah, I used to check in with those guys. I hadn't in a couple of months. Just seems like I always got something going on, and I don't ever get to hit up with them. There's a couple of good guys on there I know, and there's a guy from I don't know if you talked with him or not out in Colorado. He's usually got a big booming signal.
Well, yeah, they said he was Oklahoma net. I said, well, I'm half Okie. Does that qualify even though I'm in Texas? And they said, yeah, come on in.
Yeah, they seem to be a real good group of guys. Yeah, I'm a transplant myself. I originate from South Alabama, a little place called Dolphin Island, south of Mobile. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, I've been to Dolphin Island many times. My aunt and uncle had a house on the beach there. That's a real pretty country.
Yeah, I miss it. I miss my water. Something about crossing that bridge in the evening, that salt water. I sure miss it. I was talking to my dad this evening, and he don't live on the island no more, but he lives there close by. He still works over there on the islands, but yeah, I miss that old place.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. I went there one time, and a doggone, we call them the Blue Angels, were practicing. I guess they're stationed out of Florida. They were putting on a show for everybody on the beach here. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Roger that. I've seen stuff like that happen before. I had an aunt that had a house down there near the West End on the beach, and my mother actually was born on the island. She missed the boat, and back before there was ever a bridge, and the house that me and my wife built was on a piece of land that my grandfather had actually staked out before they ever subdivided it. So I got roots that go back there a long ways. Back to you.
Yeah, you what we call a local. Yeah, you one of the locals.
Yeah, and you know that road, that main road that comes on the island, you pass the Circle K, the Shipping Shore, and that other little store. It's changed names 3 or 4 times. You get to that 3-way stop. I always said when they put a red light up there, that's when I'll leave. And here I am in Oklahoma, and they still ain't put no red light up.
Funny story. We were there visiting, and my brother and I wanted to go get us some beer, so we went into town there, a little stop and rob, and come up with a couple 6-packs. I said, we can't sell you that. I looked at my brother. I said, well, it's afternoon. What's the problem? I said, oh, we can't sell beer on Sundays. So I said, well, what kind of law is that? I mean, I can understand not selling it before noon. That's how they do it in Texas. She said, oh, just go over to Panama City. So that's what we did.
Yeah, it was a while that they didn't do that, but I don't think they like that anymore.
Yeah, she was laughing at us because me and my brother both looked at our watch. I said, well, it's afternoon.
Yeah, we always used to slip over to Mississippi because you could buy it over there when you was 18. You still had to be 21 in Alabama, but just across state line, they had a little place there. Man, it was always folks there in the evenings.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, that was right there just outside of Grand Bay at the state line. They had an old bingo hall there my grandfather used to love to go to. I remember that like I was there now. That was something else.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was in the Air Force, guys, 30, 40 years ago, we spent a lot of time in Iowa. I spent a lot of time in Biloxi, and we used to go, without fail, at least once a week, we used to go to this place called Catfish Charlie's right off I-10 there, north of Biloxi. I mean, it was all-you-can-eat catfish, and more, they'd have to wheel us out of there every time.
Yeah, I think I may know where you're talking about, or I may be thinking of that place just west of there. I think it was up Highway 62. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I had quite a bit of family lived over in Biloxi. We used to go over there every Easter, and well, I'll tell you what, old Katrina sure changed its face.
Yeah, I haven't been back that way since Katrina, so I'm kind of scared to see what's left.
Yeah, I'm an elevator man, and we was over there, of course all the casinos was doing everything they could do to get back open, and I can't think of which one it was now. I want to say the IP, but it wasn't that one. Anyway, people had parked their cars up on the 3rd and 4th floor of the parking garage, and the surge washed the elevator cab completely out of the rails. They had it parked on the 1st floor, and it took down some of the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor of the parking garage, and on that 3rd floor it had washed cars that was parked up there all the way to one end. Back to you.
Good Lord, I couldn't imagine something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was something, and I remember all of them saying that the tractor trailers in Pascagoula, filled with bodies. I don't know, that was something. That was quite the event. I don't miss that from down there, and I've been fortunate to stay away from tornadoes up here.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I'll tell you what, when I was in the Air Force, I was stationed in the Philippines back in the mid to late 80s. And about a year and a half after I left, that place pretty much got blown off the map by that volcano. Well, I left the Philippines and went to Homestead Air Force Base, which is south of Miami, down there in Homestead, Florida. Well, when I got out of the military, I was a contractor, went overseas anyway. Right after I got out of the Air Force, that place got blown away by a hurricane. So those the folks up in Greenland where I was, well, you're staying right here.
Mercy sakes, yeah, it was following you, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I said, yeah, we don't want you going anywhere. You just I'm not gonna stay up here forever. You guys are gonna have to suck it up.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, we had that storm, I don't know if it was a year or two before Katrina, Ivan, and it put water up 2 steps from my front porch and on the island there, and Katrina was a step lower. We didn't get the water as bad on the island. Of course, on the island, the water would get high, but it would just run over the island. It didn't have nothing to stack it up. But once it hits that mainland, it ain't got nowhere to go but up.
Exactly. Yeah, you're on the island. I guess you'd be pretty safe to just go around you.
Yeah, back in '79, I was just a kid when Frederick come. And like I said, I was just a kid, but I remember sitting there. We was all at my uncle's house in Tillman's Corner, or in Theodore rather. And before the power had went out, they was on the news talking about that there's no water in Mobile Bay, that the surge had sucked it out. And then of course it come raging back in.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's when you gotta put your head on the swivel when it sucks it out. That's when you gotta perk up.
Yeah, roger that. Of course, I went through many other ones down that way. My dad had a bait shop there on the island, and different boats. We didn't have trailers to take them out on, but so we'd have to go through and kind of babysit them during the storm. Slack lines as the tide come up, or keep pumps running for the rain.
Yeah, I bet you got a whole bunch of other things to worry about than we do out here in the desert.
Yeah, roger that. I don't guess y'all really have that many naders out your way, do you?
Oh, yeah, we get them every now and then. In fact, we're in that time of year when you got to keep your head on swivel. But we had one, I guess about a month and a half ago, but it was west of us about 15, 20 miles.
Yeah, they can keep them. I don't want to deal with them. It's a fascinating thing, and I love tracking weather and watching weather and whatnot. And actually, that's kind of what pushed me on into getting to be a operator, ham radio operator. We'd moved up here and been here for a little bit, and I got interested in like that Storm Spotter network, and I went through the classes, and I seen everybody had a call sign. I'm like, huh. And I had a friend of mine tried to get me in back in the 90s, and boy, now I wish I would have done it then.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. We just had our yearly Storm Spotter training here about 3 weeks ago, and it's good to get in there and know what to look for, and that's so we're a lot of our hams here were Storm Spotter trained, and Susan, and we've got a National Weather Service has a station here, and we we had a ham station at the National Weather Service, so when they call an alert, one of us skedaddles over there, and then we got Storm Spotters within in this county and the surrounding couple of counties, and it's we definitely like to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that's a good thing there. I went ahead and I went through the training this year. I didn't get my license till last year, and excuse me, back in June, I think it was. And anyway, yeah, so I missed the early spring training, and but I went ahead and I got in it this year. So same thing with, you know, the National Weather Service in Norman. They got a big outfit, storm prediction center and all that there. So yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna go do much spotting or chasing, but we'll see. At least out in my way, you know.
Yeah, I don't see myself doing that. I like my truck too much, so. But I can definitely tell them how big the hail is, and I got a weather space back there. I'm that chasing of those young bucks.
Yeah, roger that. I hear somebody groaning in there. I don't know if they're trying to get in or if they're just trying to aggravate us. This KJ5GVQ, we always looking for check-ins.
KJ5GVQ, QRZ. Yeah, somebody passing through.
How about AB5UU?
QRZ?
AB5UU.
They got Alpha Bravo 5. What's the suffix?
Uniform.
Richard, are you picking him up?
Yeah, I think I got a light copy on him as Alpha Bravo 5 Uniform QSL.
QSL, Alpha Bravo 5, uniform.
Oh yeah, I got you there now, Ricky. Yeah, noise was crazy. All of a sudden it got real loud and then it stopped, and I don't know what's going on my end. How you doing this evening, bud? We just kind of hanging out.
I'm doing just fine. I was giving you guys a listen to see what's going on with you guys. I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing.
Oh, we're doing good. Yeah, I started this net back around middle of January. Do it on Wednesday nights at 7. And it's been kind of falling off here lately, so we appreciate you checking in. And we're streaming you live on YouTube, so if you want to hear what it sounded like over here. I see you're in Altus. I'm over in Chandler. Over.
Oh, 10-4. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Altus, Oklahoma. All right, brother. I won't get into it, guys. I've been talking to you. Thanks for the comeback. AB5U, you're clearing your final.
All right, bud. Davey, I don't know if you want to give him a holler or what. You brought him in.
Here, it's coming into San Angelo, Texas. The noise levels are up and down, so I'm glad you checked in. I did finally get to hear your whole call sign there, so appreciate you checking in. Good to meet you, and I hope to talk to you later. So 85UU, W5ODP 73 from San Angelo, Texas.
73. Good to see you. AB5UU, clearing your final.
But again, appreciate you coming in there, and if you got a valid email on QRZ, I'll shoot you a card. 73, my friend. Anybody else wanting to join us at the Raw Ones here? We'd love to have you. Please come with your call. Hey, I'm not hearing nobody, Dave. I don't know if you was.
No, I'm not. It looks like the band's shifting on us a little there, Richie, because you're going down in the noise on me now.
Yeah, roger that. It's up and down for sure. I don't know, man. It wasn't but what, a month or so ago, everything was just screaming loud, working great.
Yeah, I think once the sun quits having its temper tantrum, it'll be a little better on the low bands.
Yeah, roger that. Well, like I say, it was August of last year when I got my general. So, later in the summer is when I first started working HF. So I'm still learning, the propagation patterns, I guess, if you will.
Yeah. Well, how often do you hold this net, Richie?
I do it every Wednesday at 7. I'm usually a little bit lower, but I couldn't. I try to get down around 215, something like that, 220. But I always post it up on NetLogger.
Okay, that'd be an easy way to find you.
Yeah, and Easter, with leading up to Easter, we had some guys out in Iowa and South Carolina. A lot of times they'd check in with us, but then with the band conditions the way it is, the guys that run the, I don't know if you ever check in with them, the QRP single sideband net they do on Sundays.
No, I haven't checked in with that bunch.
Yeah, 5 o'clock on Sunday evenings, they do a QRP net. It's basically just a check in and out type deal, but see how low you can go on your power. They got a station up in Iowa, and they got a station in South Carolina, and they just pass control back and forth between them. Take 15, 20 check-ins, and then one station will work, and then the other will work them. But like I say, the conditions have just been horrible. Well, last week was real bad. That last Sunday was bad.
Yeah, it has been kind of a strange cycle from what I'm reading and seeing on YouTube, but it'll get better. Heck, it couldn't get a whole lot worse.
Yeah, roger that. I mean, we able to talk right now, so we must be doing something right. I got a friend of mine over in Edmond, Oklahoma. We chat a lot, and I noticed that 6 meters has been opening up. I mean, it might only be open for 10 or 15 minutes, or it might be open for a couple of hours. But we've made quite a few contacts on 6 meters the other day.
Well, there was some kind of VHF filling that's going on this morning. I was able to. I got a little dual band rig on my desk at work that I use for weather stuff, and I was hitting a repeater, and the next time over that I've never been able to get into it. It was coming in full quieting, and I looked at the VHF propagation map, and it was just blood red all over. I said, man, I wish I was at home.
Yeah, I heard that. Ain't that how it goes? Man, I'm a resident elevator mechanic now. And of course, this week I'm working on a job a few blocks away trying to re-rope it because nobody with our outfit's got the experience. I've been doing elevators for 20 years. And anyway, but I keep thinking, man, I'd love to, because I got some days that are kind of slow, and when, like say, propagation is good, I wish I could remote into this one and still make me a few contacts.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. This radio will do that. I just haven't got it all set up yet.
Yeah, I'm sure I could probably figure something out on my end, but yeah, like you, I hadn't got it figured out. And that's more money,
Yeah, I tell you what, it's always something.
Always something. You ain't lying. And I'm, with being so new, I'm gathering stuff as I go, and my little humble station has come a long ways. It really has, from starting out with a Baofeng, and then I picked up a IC2730. I really love that dual VFO radio. I use it. I got it in a Go box, but I keep it in my work van, and then I can always swap it and put it in something else. But then I got this. I met a ham right before I got my General, and he gave me a Yaesu 757 GX2. And, man, I absolutely love that radio, but I had some issues with my tuner, and it took my finals out.
Oh, boy, yeah. Well, this is definitely a learning hobby, that's for sure. If I'm not learning something, I get bored. And the way I learn stuff is blow it up and then figure out what happened. But you're right, that 2730, that's a good radio. That's what I have on my desk at work. That's a good little rig, good solid.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I had an old tower from back in my CB days that we drug up here with us, and I got it put up, and that's what I'm holding my fan dipole up with. But I run across a ham that was getting out a few weeks ago, and he had a tower in one of the clubs that I'm in, and I seen he'd posted on email, guys, I still got this tower. Anybody wants it, just come take it down. And I reached out to him. I didn't know him. And man, he was giving me all kind of stuff before I could get out of there. It worked out good. It was a job to take it down. It was 30 foot of tower with a rotor and a mast. But he had built a pergola around it, so I had to climb it, and then unstack it. But anyway, he gave me this Kenwood TS820S, and I keep looking at it, but I hadn't quite got it in me to fire it up yet.
Well, that's a good rig. You'll like it. Kenwoods, they're a different breed. I've had a couple of VHF, UHF Kenwood rigs, but a buddy of mine's got a TS590SG he's trying to sell because he bought him a TS890S, and I like ICOMs. That's always been my son and go to meeting rigs, but it's definitely a learning curve on those Kenwoods.
Yeah, and with it being, I guess it's like a hybrid type deal, I believe, with tubes and yet some solid stateness. I don't know. I'm speaking off what I think I know, and so I don't even know where to start. I'm sure I could receive, but I need to fire this thing up one day. I just had a lot going on, been busy. But I did get an old, it's not a dual banner, a 2 meter. It's a 75 watt Yaesu. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with it. I think more and more I go, I'm turning into a Yaesu guy. Although I do love that 2730.
Yeah, you're right. That 2730 is good stuff.
I had a guy, me and him used to work together, and he kind of started with this net with me, but he's kind of fell off. He's got a lot going on. I understand it. He couldn't commit to every Wednesday, and it's hard for me sometimes, but it is what it is. But we both got our ticket about the same time. I beat him to the technician. He beat me to the general, and we both. Oh, I see you there in the chat. Yeah, we both got us one of those 2730s. Now, he's got the 7300 is what he went for with the HF rig. And, man, after that 757 let go, I was on the fence with what to get, and that's why I settled on this 710. And, man, I absolutely love it.
Well, good, yeah. I think it's just, like I said, I started off on ICOM. Well, I've pretty much stayed with it ever since. I got a 7760. My backup is a 7610. I've had it for a couple, 2-3 years. I got a whole slew of over on my VHF, UHF desk. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ICOMs over there. So yeah, it's just a matter of with ICOM or Yaesu. I think it's once you get used to the way they do the menus. That's what kept me with ICOM. I got used to their menus and I stuck with them. And I'm sure that if I'd have started out on Yaesu and got used to their menus, I'd have stuck with that.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I kind of look at it. I kind of poked around and asked, and I couldn't really get no answers as to what to go with. You know how everybody kind of clams up on that. Either that or they tell you, oh, you got to have this one or you got to have that one. But I couldn't get that. It was all just, everybody was hush-hush, crickets. And I don't know, but I kind of look at it that it's like Apple or Android, which like you talking about the menus, which you like, what's your preference. And once you learn it, and that's what everybody complained about the Yaesu menu, and I'm like, well, I'm going to learn it, so I don't know. So that's why I went with it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, roger that. Well, let me see if we can find us some more folks. It looks like it's just going to be me and you, but that's okay. We're looking for check-ins. We're down at the bottom of the list. Kind of been at the bottom of the list all evening, but we'd love to hear from you. Just chewing the fat over here on this end. Please come with your call.
Rich, I sent you a link in the chat to our club website. Right there on the main page, that's a picture of me doing what you're doing on your QRZ page.
Oh, I got you. Where'd you send it? Did you email it to me or what? Or on my QRZ?
No, I put it in the chat.
Oh, I don't see it on the chat. You talking about on the YouTube chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just see where you said hi, but that's all I'm seeing.
I'll email it to you then.
All right, yeah, that'd be pretty neat. And the email, it's right there on QRZ, but it's, it's just my call at Gmail. Looking at ham clock, VoaCap, looks like 40 meters is pretty much wide open for the States. I don't know, just seems quiet tonight, or noisy, but quiet,
Sorry, I was pulling up your QRZ page. I'm going to send this to you an email here.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll check it out. Well, you ever get out and do much POTA? That's one thing that I'm absolutely loving with this hobby.
No, haven't done any POTA, but I like talking to them. Usually a bunch of young bucks out there doing it. So I like to talk to them and let them put one in the log.
Oh yeah. And I don't know, a lot of these parks that I've been activating hadn't really been activated that much, so it seemed like I'm always getting a pile up. And that's really nice and exciting, But I'm not one. I'll go through and just give signal reports, but every now and again I just want to talk, and not necessarily just signal reporting out.
Just like me, I like to get in there and talk. A lot of these guys doing that FT8. Yeah, it's like I just can't get into that FT8. It just doesn't do anything for me. Now, back 10, 12 years ago, when PSK31 was the latest and great, I used to love PSK31 because you could actually sit there and have a conversation with somebody. But I haven't warmed up to this FT8 yet. Maybe I will.
I had several folks try to introduce me to it, and I never thought it would be my bag. And then finally I dove in it. And with the band conditions, when they're bad, you can still pretty much make a lot of contacts. I've learned that. And then I don't know anything about the PSK31, but they got that JS8 call where you can, it's keyboard to keyboard, you can have a full-on conversation.
Yeah, that's looks like I might get into that. But yeah, we just do the FT8 and just let it go. It's like, well, what kind of fun is that?
Yeah, I'm with you. But I don't have it set up where it'll just run its own. But I'll find myself sometimes, like on a Sunday evening, say I'm watching a NASCAR race or a hockey game or something like that I might not be totally into. I'll sit here in the shack. I got a big TV above me and kind of making contacts and watching whatever I'm watching. Back to you.
Yeah, it's W5ODP with KJ5GVQ. Yeah, I'm looking at, I just now noticed that Chandler, Oklahoma is just north of, I got some kin folks in Shawnee. You ever get down to Shawnee?
Oh, yeah, all the time. We used to go to church down there, but we're now going up here to Chandler. But yeah, it's my oldest daughters go to OBU there in Shawnee, so yeah, we always got something going on down there.
Yeah, I've got a couple of cousins that born and raised in Shawnee. Of course, my mom and all my aunts and my uncle were born and raised in Shawnee, but I got my uncle and a couple of cousins still live there, but I haven't been up there in years.
Yeah, it's a shame. It just seemed like it ain't like it used to be. Everybody moved off, or with my family, half of them's fighting. You don't talk to one another, and I never would have thought it would have been that way. You must have read my mind. I was thinking, man, I hadn't ID'd in a while, so I'm glad you threw it out there. Either way, it's KJ5GVQ.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Richie, I'm going to go in the kitchen and make me another glass of iced tea. My wife will probably grab me and make me watch the rest of Jesse Waters.
Hey, bud, I totally understand, and if you're going to shoot me an email, I'll get you a card out. Yeah, I'm sure you got one in QRZ, but I'll shoot you a card either way. And I definitely have enjoyed it, man, and maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, same here, Richie. Had a lot of fun. It's good talking to you. Nice to meet you. And I've already got the post-it note on my desk here. The Raw Ones Net, 77.245-ish on Wednesdays at 1900.
All right, my friend. Well, you have a good one. And like I say, maybe we can do it again. And I'm going to give it another 10 or 15 minutes. And if I don't get nobody, I'm going to shut it down. 73 is my friend for now. Until next time, it's KJ5GVQ. Be clear on your final.
All right, Richie. Thoroughly enjoyed our little Rag 2 session here, and I will definitely strive to make it a habit. You sound like my kind of folks. So, till then, I hope some more people check in on you. If not, it'd be you and me on here. With that, I'll go ahead and let you go, Richie. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see you down the road. KJ5GVQ's W5ODP 73, Richie. It was great to make your acquaintance.
Roger there, Dave. That's W5ODP 73, and we'll look and see if we got anybody else wants to get in the log. Check-ins for the raw ones. Just a little rag chew net. We sit around, chew the fat, see what's been going on. We'd love to get you on the log. Please come down with your call.
Whiskey 5, Fox Mike, Whiskey.
Whiskey 5, Fox, Mike, Whiskey, QSL?
QSL. Just chilling, waiting on the heat to clear up a little bit this evening here over in Texas. And listen to you boys talking, and it sounds really good.
Hey, Roger that. I tell you, I got kind of a light copy on you. That noise is just killing me tonight. What part of Texas did you say you was in?
Hey, Roger, I'm about here 75 miles southwest of Fort Worth, Texas, over here in Erath County. Roger?
Oh, yeah, Roger that. I've done a little bit of work down that way. Don't know Texas all that well. There was a time before I moved up here, I kind of thought I was going to end up there, but it just wasn't in the cards. But I got you probably a good 5-6 and streaming you live on YouTube so you can hear what I'm hearing. Back to you.
Hey, Roger, thank you. Yeah, I'll try to look at that here. I'm a little bit behind on that, but I'll look at YouTube here a little bit later and look you up and see what you got. Kind of always wanted to hear myself a little bit, but I got you a solid 10 over. You sound really good. Are you running power or are you barefoot?
I'm barefoot. I got a FT710 at Yaesu. I played around with the parametrics. I'm running a stock microphone with the hand mic with a fan dipole, homebrew fan dipole at about 50 feet to the apex. And I've got all the elements pulled in different directions instead of all together fighting one another in a single plane there, Roger.
Oh, Roger, sounds like you got a really nice antenna set up. I bought me for Christmas last year a TS590SG, and I just strapped a little temporary random wire, and it does best on 40. It don't do much on anything else. But anyway, just good to talk to someone else.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, I started this net, a couple of friends of mine, and we all kind of started this back in about mid-January, but and it was taking off pretty good. I had a guy that I had met. He's got a YouTube channel, Nate. Now I'm gonna mess his call sign up. Whiskey 4 NDK 9 Drunk Kangaroos. He was streaming it for us, and then he's like, man, you need to set up and stream. And I'm like, I don't know. And either way, he pushed me into it, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy it when I'm doing when I'm doing POTA, or a lot of times I'll just get here in the shack and call CQ. But on Wednesday nights at 7 Central, I try to do this little net. I put it on net logger. I never know, what frequency I'm going to get. Roger. I'm right there with you. I mean, there's times, I'm good with just a signal report, but then I like it when get to move around, I see somebody in the chat there, KJ5GVQ in Kansas has got us. He's mobile. Let me see if he can jump in here with us. If you reading me there, KJ5GVQ, come on in.
Kilo Bravo 1, go.
All right, buddy, I heard you. I got a light copy on you, about a 5.5. I'm going to get you in the log. I don't know if Trent down there in Texas, could you copy him?
Negative. I can hear just a tiny bit of breaking noise in the background.
Roger that. All right, well, I'll jump back over there to him. What's your name there? Kilo Bravo 1 Golf Sierra? I got NetLogger pulled you up as Michael, but I couldn't make you out that time. But I definitely got you in the log, my friend. I heard 73. All right, buddy. Yeah, it's a struggle to hear you, but I got you in the log, and if you got a good email in QRZ, I'll shoot you a card, my friend. All right, Trent, I guess it's back to me and you, unless we got somebody else. Let's see if we got anybody else who wants to join us. This is KJ5GVQ, the Raw Ham. Anybody anywhere want to come in there with me and Mr. Trent out of Texas, we'd love to talk to you. Please come with your call. All right, nothing heard. Well, anyway, what you got going on this evening, Trent?
Hey, just relaxing. Had a busy day. It was a hotter than a horny toad over here in Texas this evening. But we kind of cooling down a little bit now, and the day consisted mostly of mowing and just trying to get the springtime things done. Roger.
Hey, Roger that. Yeah, I need to buckle down and do some mowing, but man, I've had a busy week. I'm an elevator man and working on some high-rise cars, 36 stop there downtown, and we actually changing the cables out on it. And man, come the end of the day, I'm kind of whipped. Back to you.
Hey, Roger, I worked construction all my life. My trade was I was a welder, and of course I went up from there. But nevertheless, I know the construction days, and they can be long and hard, Roger.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I don't have to worry about the construction no more. I'm actually a resident service mechanic up here at Devon, and but they got this re-rope job, and we got a bunch of young guys working that don't have the experience doing anything that tall. So I've been kind of foremanization is what I'm going to call it, heading the job up, trying to get nobody killed. Over. about 50% of that. That noise is coming up again, but I think I'm getting what the gist of what you're saying. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on the road traveling, doing installs all over. I held licenses in, I think, 5 states. I put in elevators in the Virgin Islands. I've been all over the place. I'm kind of like that old song. I've been everywhere. Back to you. Traveling all over, yeah. It was kind of cool though. Packed the family up and always drove the travel trailer. And you know, if I wasn't working overtime, the weekends was like a camping trip, you know, or a vacation. And all during the week, the wife homeschooled the kids, and you know, it was all business during the week. But come weekend, we'd have some fun. There was a time we stayed down in Orlando, right there at Disney World, for 3 months, and that was pretty cool. You got to make a living, man, and whatever it takes. I know what you're saying. There was a time I was, you know, we'd spend about the shortest time would be about 3 weeks, but mostly about 4 weeks. But there was times that there was multiple jobs in one area and we wouldn't move. I remember one stretch, it was 9 months one time before I even got to see my doorstep. I can't say enough about the XYL. She, you know, like I say, with doing the homeschool thing, she was a school teacher up till the time we started having youngins. And anyway, but I got 7 kids, and 2 of them's in college on their own and doing a fine job. I couldn't be more proud of them. And so their education, I don't think any public school could have matched it. Back to you. I'll turn 51 in September. There again, that noise was really making it hard for me. But I believe you was asking how old I was, and yeah, man, nowadays kids go to school. I mean, yeah, I learned a bunch of stuff I probably didn't need to learn when I was little, you know, coming up in public school. But man, it's way different than what it was whenever I was a kid, and they have to learn way too much, you know, that they really shouldn't be learning at that young of an age, the way I feel.
Boy, you ain't wrong about that, Dustin. I tell you what, that kid's so bad, that space man, I'm getting you up and down. And I know you out there talking for other folks, and you want to talk to other folks, and I'll just step aside. It's been a really, really great get with you. I'm going to put you in my log and log you on QRZ, and I want to confirm KJ5GVQ. This is W5 and this
All right, I don't know if you got my call, right? Because Well, no, I ain't sure if you got my call right. It's Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor, Quebec. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victoria, Quebec. And yeah, that's good. I've got you in the log, and I'll get it pushed to QRZ. I don't know if I will tonight, but I'll definitely make sure I get it done.
Oh, Roger. I'm sorry. You call all wrong. My old pin scratching is terrible. So, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Juliet, Quebec, Roger?
Negative, not Juliet, Quebec, but Victor, Victoria, Victor, Quebec.
Oh, Roger. I'm sorry. I got peanut butter in my ears. There's old seabears that say this evening.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And sometimes it'll come in my ear right, but when it transfers down to my fingers, I hit the wrong button. Over.
Over. I'm sorry if I've been calling you the wrong name this whole conversation. I feel my face is red right now. Over.
I got you there, bud. Hey, it's all good, man, but we'll definitely get you in the log. I got you in the log already. And if you've got a good email at QRZ, I'll shoot you a QSO card. I appreciate you coming in there, man. It was kind of a slow night, and I'm rolling up on the hour mark, so I guess if I don't get no more, I'm going to go on and shut it down.
Oh, Roger. I'll let you make some more calls. This is W5 SMW back to Kilo Juliet 5, Victor, Quebec.
All right, my friend, and check me out on YouTube, and then you'll always know whenever I do the nets, I run it live, and be nice, and then I'll be able to catch you another time down the log. 73s for now. Until next time I get you down to coax. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor, Quebec. All right, we'll break with Whiskey 5, Foxtrot, Mike, Whiskey, and see if there's anybody else. We got a few more minutes, and we'll be coming up on the hour, and I usually shut it down then, but love to get you in the log. It's been kind of a slow night, but we've had some great conversation. Anybody, anywhere, please come with your call. I heard somebody in there, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make you out. Let's try it one more time. Hey, bud, you're just way down in my noise. I'm not going to be able to pull you out. I sure wish I could. I'd love to get you on the log. All right, well, I ain't going to be able to make it, bud. Sorry. Is there anybody else anywhere want to get in the log? If not, I'm going to go and put this thing to bed. This is KJ5GVQ for the raw ones. Anybody, anywhere.
Kilo Charlie 8 Yankee Victor Papa.
Kilo Charlie 8 Yankee Victor Papa QSL.
QSL. My name's Bill. I'm here in Ohio. You're 5-5 here. Back to you.
I copy 5-5. Yeah, I've got you about a 5-7, I think. 57. Back to you.
Okay. What net is this?
Man, a few friends of mine, we started this back in January, right at about middle of January. We call it the raw ones. I don't know, I'm sure you're familiar with the rare ones out of New Orleans, but when they had that guy go nuts there on Bourbon Street, they didn't hold their net one night, and we was looking for a frequency to get on, and that one was clear. We called, nobody answered, and I didn't even realize we was on their frequency, so to speak. And a couple of guys dubbed us the raw ones, and so it kind of stuck. Over.
Okay. That's right, like R-O-G-U-E?
Negative. Raw, like uncooked meat. Romeo Alpha Whiskey.
Oh, okay, I got it. Well, that's pretty darn good. I like that.
Yeah, roger that. and we had another guy here in Oklahoma City. We had a guy in New Orleans that used to join in with us, and we get in on 7 o'clock on Wednesday Central, and just try to chew the fat, bring a few people in, and it kind of fell off. It picked up, it fell off, and I'm just keeping it going, and I just love it. I stream it live on YouTube, and so everybody knows, when we start, and I run it on NetLogger, so we're easy to find, because you never know what frequency you're going to get.
Oh, yeah, some of these nets it's like being on a TV game show or something, and you get signed up in that, and pretty soon you sit there an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying, and normally what we used to do when we get quite a few is, we just run down the list, and we get to the bottom and have that person reach out for check-ins, and of course anybody was able to recheck and throw a comment out or whatever. It was just a pass it around type thing.
Okay, well, thanks for having me, and I'll look for you again here. What time every night, about?
Yeah, like I say, Wednesday at 7 Central, and stream it on YouTube. Check my channel out, and you'll never miss us there. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the raw ham.
Yeah, okay, I will check that out. Okay, well, thanks for having me, 73.
Yeah, 73, my friend, for now. Until next time. All right, this Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, going to break with KJ5GVQ and see if there's anybody else, and if not, we're going to shut it down.
Kilo Juliet 5, India, Bravo, India.
All right, Kilo Juliet 5, India, Bravo, India. QSL?
That's correct.
Oh, down in Laurel, Mississippi, huh, David? How you doing this evening?
Yeah, doing really good. So, just enjoying a little peace and quiet and listening to people talk on the radio.
Hey, roger that. I can't think of nothing better to do than hang out on the radio. Noise has kind of got us tonight, but I've got you about a 5-6. How copy me?
Yeah, you're doing about a 5-7 here. Sounds pretty good. Coming in clear.
Yeah, I got you there. Well, I appreciate the 5-7. Yeah, I grew up down that way. I grew up on Dolphin Island and moved up here back in 18. Back to you.
Yeah, I moved down here from Ohio about 5 years ago, going into my 5th year here. So I really love it down here. My sister's been down here for over 35 years, so my daughter moved down, and so I came down to join the family.
Hey, I can understand that. Yeah, it seemed like I went off, left all mine. I mean, of course, got my immediate family, wife and kids, and yeah, I don't really have nobody else up this way. But I mean, it is what it is. Life happens,
Yeah, there's something in bloom every month of the year down here. That's what I really notice.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to fight the mosquitoes off, but you ain't got near that cold weather you had up in Ohio.
Yeah, we had more mosquitoes in Ohio than what we got down here. So you got love bugs that man, they leave a mark on you on the windshield like white streak,
Yeah, roger that. I know what you're saying. Well, streaming us live on YouTube, so if you want to check the channel out, of course, it's a noisy night, so it's not really a good time to check your audio, but either way, if you check the channel out, you'll know when we do the net, or like when I do POTA or anything when I go live. Over.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me, so we'll catch you on the other side. All right, later.
All right, buddy, 73, glad you come in there, glad I got you in the log, and if you got a good email in QRZ, I'll get you a card. 73's for now, though. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, going to break with KJ5 and see if there's anybody else that wants to get in on the log tonight. And if so, please come down with your call. Otherwise, we're going to shut it down. Alright, they're down in the noise. I don't know if I can... Let's try it again. It might have been two of you in there. Alright, Kilo Charlie 0, I think you said. Help me out with the rest. Alright, I got the Romeo. Alright, Zulu Alpha. Let me make sure. Kilo Charlie 0, Zulu, or no, Romeo Zulu Alpha. Romeo Zulu Alpha. If this thing will populate. Trevor, QSL? I didn't quite make out the rest. I know you said QSL. It's just so noisy tonight. I'm having trouble making everybody out. How copy me? I've got you, about a 4-4, over. Alright, I copied 5-5. That's a good deal. That's fine business with band conditions, I think. Although, I think you say I think it's showing you to be in Nebraska?
Yeah, I don't do any wallpaper. Don't send me a
Man, I got to tell you, I'm struggling. I couldn't hardly pull you out. Yeah, man, I can't make you out, bud. I wished I could. I'd love to hang out with you, but I can't over the noise.